TOA, Fit Body Forever, and Fit Body Bootcamp communities. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Robert Linkul at trainingtheolderadult.com. We're here to talk about the one and only, the great, one of the best, I would say, entertainers of our lifetime, the great Dick Van Dyke. This video has been sent to me by multiple people, and I wanted to take a look, see here, and let's do a little breakdown, number one, of technique and emphasis and focus here. But let's also remember that Dick Van Dyke just turned 99 and is proving you never have an excuse to skip leg day. I love it. What would only make this better is if it was a Monday, right? If he was doing leg day on International Bench Press Day, that would be really fun. Let's notice 81,000 people have liked this and 26,000, almost 27,000 people have shared it. Of what, probably 10 of those were sent to me. So here's Dick Van Dyke doing leg press. I can't exactly see the name of the leg press he's on, but he's got a little staggered split stance here, which I really like. I mean, it looks like Techno Gym, but it's got another name on it. The camera work is terrible. Like, somebody needs to clean off their lens, number one, whoever's filming this. But does the dual start, okay? Number one, not the best footwear to be wearing in the gym, but it's fine. It's pliable. It's kind of like a, you know, a free-forming foot shoe for the foot, so that's fine. Maybe like camp slippers, right? You'd wear around the campfire kind of a thing. It's got some support, but not a ton, easy on and off. As we get older, I love having shoes that are securely locked to the feet. A lot of people, as they get older, don't want to wear shoes that they have to tie. And so because the effort, just totally being frank, the effort of hinging over or reaching your feet becomes so difficult that it's easier to just slide shoes on and off and just start walking than it is to secure them to your feet. The problem with that is they become a trip hazard themselves, and many, many individuals fall by tripping over their own sandals, slippers, shoes, etc. So having something that at least just pulls over the heel to help lock it to your foot is good. When you're weight training, even though he's on these selectorized machines, you still want good supportive footwear. But in this case as well, he's got that, but he also has a freedom about the foot to allow it. It's not stuck in like a hiking boot where your heel is stuck and your foot is pretty much kind of cast into a position to really only go sagittal forward, right? And it's secured in every other fashion. So he's getting ankle support. He's got good toe break. And you can see that with the bottom leg. See right there at the bottom of his range of motion, which, you know, obviously he's 99 and still continues to lift weights. But if he could get a tiny bit deeper, you know, just like 2 inches deeper and get his hip about right in line with his knuckles, that would get him to parallel. And that would basically more or less now replicate a squat action. When you're doing a single leg squat like this, the other leg is a support. So really he's overemphasizing his left leg. Using the right leg is more like a kickstand for support to do this. But the right leg that's down on the secondary plate, and you need to be careful of this. If you go too low on these leg presses, the chair itself that you're sitting on can pinch your heel when it's down on that secondary plate. So you just got to be careful of that. But where he's at there, he's up on toe break. He's got a high toe break. Awesome. And it's working on increasing the strength and the pliability of his big toe. That hallux joint that we talk about often is kind of the key to us not falling down, is how pliable, how much range of motion you have at that big toe, but also how strong it is, how grippy it is. And so if you want more on that, go back in my YouTube list and go back to the foot strength exercises that I show. And there's a whole little series, including the Vel leaning foot drill and some toe squeezers and all kinds of good stuff. My favorite one to do is, I'm barefoot now. I have this like indoor lacrosse ball. They're squishy lacrosse balls that you can put under your toe and just squeeze with your big toes and like try to crush them into the floor. Really good health for your feet. And it helps a ton in not falling down, having good ground reaction, grip strength where your feet need to grip the ground and help you move. So he's getting great pliability there, getting some good reps. Could go a little slower. If I'm going to Mike Israetel this a little bit, I would like to see a more controlled eccentric phase on the way down. You know, that would be good. But, you know, rocking the beard. He looks awesome. Obviously fit and lean. We don't have a body fat issue here by any means, and still staying nice and strong. So What are we staying strong for, Dick Van Dyke? Well, let's go take a look-see at that. I'm going to pop over to this one. Granted, this was 6 years ago, so he would be 93. All right, let's say 93, 92, 93, somewhere around in there. This is Derek from the, not the Masked Singer. What's the dancing show? Dancing with the Stars, okay? And I left this first part in here because I just thought it was really cool. All the little hand slapping stuff that's going on. They're doing their little, they're doing all their, whatever you call that. I'm sure there's a name for it. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just cool as shit. Yeah, here we go. This stuff, right? Where they're doing the beat and they're like their feet and their hand slapping makes all the pretty cool. So, all right, here he comes from Mary Poppins, right? Like 60 years ago. So you're like, oh, Dick Van Dyke, he's just going to stand on stage. I'm not so sure. Well, they're going to walk with him. Nope. Watch this footwork. This is why the dude still lifts. It's so he can break out and start doing that shit. Look at him. Look how pliable he is. 93 years old, right? And he's jumping around, hits the finish, and then continues to show some other moves, some little dance moves, little Patrick Swayze dance moves that he's got going on there. A little dirty dancing. Look at him go. Look at that guy, 93. Still got the hips, still got the legs. And, you know, I'm no master of... I'm no master of dance. I mean, I had opportunities to go pro in my dancing career. That's not a joke. I was actually a quite accomplished ballroom dancer. In college, I took ballroom for 4 years to help with my hammer throwing career because I wanted good footwork and good balance. And one of my coaches mentioned to me, leaving high school, that ballroom dancing was actually a really great way to maintain footwork and that a lot of football players would take ballroom so they could have quick feet. And so I took that serious, and when I got to college and started throwing during the off season, which would be the fall semester, because we would compete and throw in the spring. During the fall, I would take ballroom dance. And so after 4 years of that, mind you, I was in college for 6 years, so not a doctor, 4 years into that, one of my professors, my teachers came over and said, you're the best male dancer that we have here. We have a company that we work with that will, they like to recruit in new dancers, and you tour the country and you do performances. Now, granted, this isn't like we're selling out Broadway here. These are like, little performances at little theaters in, Chico, California, like just places that aren't huge metropolitan areas or anything fancy. And so it was like 25 cities in 4 months, and I was going to get paid like $1,000 a month to go and do it. And I was even like offered a contract to go and do that. And I turned it down to throw for Reebok and continue my pursuit of the Olympic Games. 2 years later, that whole thing ended. My back came apart and led me to Keegan and everything else that we had. So I don't regret skipping out on my dancing career. So long story short, I'm no master of footwork here, but what I do know is that at 93 years old, to jump around like this and coordinate it and all that, and I kind of like the one part I'm like, Derek, do you have to jump in front of him? Like give the guy his chance. It's like 2 seconds. He gets to be the dude. He's in the middle, 1,002. Oh, Derek's got to steal the show back. Dude, that's Dick Van Dyke. Let him have the center of the stage for a minute. Look at him dancing around here. Look at that footwork. Doing little karaoke. He's getting his feet two feet up in the air, knees 2 feet up in the air. Look at that. Still skipping around. Good coordination. And I'm just guessing, they're like, hey, if he loses balance, all you guys, like, you keep him upright. Do not let that guy hit the deck, right? He stays upright. I mean, that's pretty badass, in my opinion. I'm just super impressed with that. So one more time, we get to see that someone that takes their strength and conditioning serious can and will achieve really great things and can keep doing the things that they love. And at the same time is doing some rather simple leg press machines stuff that's having a great return back. Now, we don't know anything else that he's doing, right? It could be like, I was in a hotel one day and I figured I'd play around on the leg press machine. from my research and what I understand, he's rather diligent about this. And I would say that you have to be, if you're able to perform like that at 93 years old, to get on stage. He's still very fit, very, very slender, is not carrying any extra body fat really to him. He's quite lean and has muscle mass to still dance around, has a very good gait, does not have any, kyphotic forward head protruding, thoracic spine, anything like that. Like, he looks really good with his posture. I don't know how tall he is. Let's figure that out. Because I would like to say he's 6 feet tall. How tall is Dick Van Dyke? He is 6'1". There you go. So 6'1", at his prime. This other one says he's now 5'10". So over 60 years, has he lost 3 inches? He still looks quite fit. And I'm guessing because it's the chimney sweep, like he was the chimney sweep guy, right? Like I haven't watched Mary Poppins. Even as a kid, I don't think I ever watched Mary Poppins. Let me see on here. Pulling from Wikipedia, he's got a Walk of Fame. He worked at Disneyland. Oh, he just had his birthday. He just turned 99 on December 13th. Wow, that's cool, man. I mean, and he served. Nice. Staff Sergeant, Armed Forces. He was on the radio. He served in World War II. No way. 1944 to 1946. Oh, yeah, the end of World War II, like right at the end. How cool, the American Theater. That's awesome. I didn't know he was in the military. Fantastic, man. And then came back from that. Music Man, The Dick Van Dyke Show. The Chimney Sweep is the Disney movie musical Mary Poppins. Okay, he starred as Bert, the chimney sweep in the Disney movie musical Mary Poppins in 1964, for which he was nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor in a Motion Picture. He also is known for Bye Bye Birdie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. No shit, I remember that one. And The Comic. Boy, he had some really good roles a couple of years in a row. Night at the Museum, fantastic. He was so great in that. Mary Poppins Returns in 2014. Are any of the reboots any good? I don't know. The Dick Van Dyke Show was on the air for, 3 years, it looks like. I remember it being on longer than that. Oh, there we go, 61 to 66. And anyhow, he was on Columbo, had guest appearances on Columbo. I mean, amazing. Guy's been working in Hollywood forever. He was in the military, et cetera, et cetera. So he's no stranger to hard work. And it just shows at 93 plus years old, can still hop on stage and do his chimney sweep dance. And he crushed it, man. That was impressive. All right, Dick Van Dyke, we salute you in multiple ways for your service, number one, but for your dedication to your health and fitness. Continue, everybody, to fight your good fight against sarcopenia, just like Dick Van Dyke does here, by consistently implementing resistance training into your life. It is a game changer, and it doesn't have to be this massive, life-altering component to, I got to change everything that I do. Just start going to the gym 3 days a week, 25, 30 minutes. Get on these selectorized machines. See the machines around them? They're all set up to only do one thing. Like, you get on the leg press and you push, and then you grab the cables and you pull. Like, they're only designed to do one thing. And so if you just pick those like 6, 7, 8, 9, there's usually a circuit of them between 6 and 10 different lifts that cover all the basic movements: a horizontal push and a pull, usually some kind of vertical push or pull, and then something for the legs, either quad extensions and hamstring curls or just a leg press. You could really get away with, and there are multiple studies have been done on this, bench press on a machine, right? So horizontal push, a row, and then either an overhead push or a pull. You're either pushing weights up or pulling them down, either one. I prefer the pull, to be honest with you. And a leg press, and that's it. That's all they do, 4 lifts, and that's it. So push away, pull towards you, and then either push or pull from overhead, and then leg press. You could cover all your bases with that. That trains every major muscle group in the body if you do that. Simple. Go do those 4 machines, like 3 times around, sets of 10 to 12 with pretty challenging weight. Watch what happens to your body. You'll change drastically. Do that for 2 months. 2 months. And you'll be like, holy cow, I'm hooked. I got to keep doing this. It's so helping me. That's where you're headed. All right, team. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this. Remember to like and subscribe and share and help us grow the channel. We appreciate that very much. And until next time, continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia. Take care.